to Dimension 20. My name is Abria Iyengar. I will be your dungeon master for this Burrow's End. Ooh, that's the name.
What's Total Recall? What you gonna call it?
I don't know.
With me to tell this tale of the ties that bind and the light that blinds are my stupendous stoats. Say hi, stupendous stoats! Hi, stupendous stoats! Since we're all, that was so good. That felt really, really good. Really nailed it.
Absolutely
One
smooth.
take.
This bodes well.
This is the best day of my life. Before we get started, I think we should all introduce ourselves so we can begin. I'm gonna start on my right.
I'm Isabella Roland. I am playing Lila. And
We're continuing doing great.
I'm an Inquisitor rogue.
Hi, I'm Erika Ishii, and I am playing Ava, a fighter barbarian.
Hi, I'm Jasper William Cartwright, and I will be playing Thorn Vale, a Fey Wanderer Ranger.
Hi, I'm Rashawn Nadine Scott, and I'm playing Viola, the Paladin.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm small, and I'm Siobhan Thompson. That's my real name, but I'm playing Jason. I'm also doing really well. I prepared for this. 4 people went before me, and I got thrown. I'm Siobhan Thompson. I'm playing Jason, who is an astral self monk.
I have 4 people that went before me, and I got thrown. Watching everyone do it the same way.
So good.
Really.
Hi, I'm Jason.
I'm also Jason.
We're all Jason.
Hi, I'm Brennan Lee Mulligan. I am playing Tula, also a paladin.
What? What does that mean? Who can say?
Paladin.
I don't know.
Well, with all that taken care of, I think it's time to begin. Let's go. Earth. Yeah. You knew this was coming.
Classic.
Earth, soft and rich and fragrant with the life and death of the forest that surrounds you, fills your vision in every direction. There is no light here. This low, within the packed dirt walls of the warren that your mothers claimed by fang and claw from the wild hares that once lived here beneath the shade of a massive red oak tree. 4 dozen stoats, give or take. And for those of you who don't know, a stoat is a small, long, weasel-like creature from the mustelid family who calls weasels, otters, badgers, and wolverines their cousins. You all live here together in this peaceful little corner of the Blue Forest. Let's begin with Jason and Lila. The most important thing you need to know is that
No.
Baby.
We're underground.
Auntie Beatrix is not your aunt, though you are sort of vaguely related to everyone here. But she's closer in age to your grandmother, and she's the one that sort of constantly comes over to look after you when your mother, Tula, has other things to attend to. And tonight is no different. You are in the snug earthen room that is your nest, and Auntie Beatrix is on the far side of the room, sort of zhuzhing the moss to get ready to put you guys down for the night.
I am standing on the highest rock within this warren, and I just say, Auntie Beatrix! Auntie Beatrix! Auntie Beatrix!
You see her kind of turn, look down, makes eye contact with Lila, and then looks up and finds you high on a rock.
Look at this! And then I jump off the rock.
Can I try and hide and like sneak attack him so I like punch him in the air before like as he takes off?
As this happens, and I obviously will allow that, please, in the slow-mo move that is Jason leaping off a rock, please describe your character for me.
Jason is a scrappy little lad, kind of strawberry blonde, hair always askew, little gap tooth that he loves to spit through, and just always just a little bit grubby. The kind of kid that you want to spit on your thumb and just clean something off of his face.
Perfect. Okay, now what is it that Jason's attempting to do in this moment?
Just like a cool trick.
Oh, okay.
A cool trick where I jump, like maybe I do a little spin in the air.
It's like one of those things where like you go to your parent and you're like, look at this, and it's like not impressive,
Not at all. Not at all. Like I just
Like,
maybe
look what I could do.
like not even like a forward roll spin, just like spinning around like that as I jump off this rock.
You know what? I want to get your roll first. So go ahead and give me an acrobatics check.
Great. That's a 21. It's so good.
this is beginning in a way that is genuine. Like you can see Beatrix, like a moment of, oh no, wait, hold on. This could be incredible. Except for the fact that your sister is here and has decided to intervene as you spring up from truly nowhere in this room full of nothing to, I believe, uppercut your brother in the taint. Please describe yourself, Lila.
I am also a little scrappy.
Yep.
Not as dirty, but a little calico, stoat, and little baby teeth.
They're called milk teeth on stoats.
Milk teeth.
In England, we call
Yeah.
them milk teeth also.
Wait,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, we call baby teeth milk teeth.
Hey guys, the best part of this, I got 2 British people,
know.
so we're gonna learn so much right now.
But they're improvisers because they could be saying anything.
Oh my God, are you
All
allowed
of
it?
these keep lies. Don't believe a word I
British
say.
people are always lying.
We're fucking liars.
Post, if we can just start the counter here for bizarre British things
Yes.
that get said during
There it is. There it is.
I need the
Milk
little
teeth.
sound too.
Milk teeth.
Okay, with your cute little milk teeth, what are you trying to do in order to like absolutely fuck up your brother's
He is
shit?
just always doing this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
check it out. And so I just like know when he's gonna jump off of something, and I try to sort of like be under there to be like,
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth check. We're gonna see if you have advantage on this attack. My little rogue.
22.
Somehow.
These children
again,
are terrifying.
In this,
All right.
it's just dirt and some moss and 3 stoats, and somehow this old woman has fully lost track of one of you. You spring up out of nowhere and go ahead and give me an attack roll with advantage. What's your armor class?
19.
21.
Ah, my dick!
Oh! God!
Go ahead and tell me what exactly the move is, as Jason's very cool.
I think it's just sort of like a punt up.
Oh, perfect. You're about to stick the landing, and then you just feel your sister raise up, grab you, and push you back skyward again.
Can I grapple her?
Of course you can.
Great.
Please make an attack roll. We're starting with PvP.
That's a 12.
You, as you're being pushed back into the sky, make a couple like reaching grasps with your weird short arms on your extremely long body. Don't quite get it, and you tumble over and begin wrestling on the ground. As
That's not fair. It's cheating.
you have to stop. What are you doing? It's time for bed.
Dad would let us stay up.
You know full well that that move, little mister, works on your mother and her extraordinary guilt for the loss of your father, but not on me.
It's also not true. Dad wouldn't let us stay up.
You're such a snake.
You're trying to.
Focus! It is time for bed, and I would love, love, love as a gift to your mother. If you were laying down, I'll tell you a little story, and we can be done with what I can only call daytime energy. I am too old and too tired for this.
Okay, but can the story have lots of blood in it?
No. Absolutely not. Hey, Lila. What's going on, baby?
Much energy.
What are you doing?
I am on top of the rock again.
go to
You don't
bed.
know how it happened, but I am already
yeah.
up there.
Beatrix is locked in on whatever this is, thinking that you've gotten some sort of horrifying disease and are dying on her watch.
Well, I think it's like right before a cat gets the zoomies. It's just like I can't.
Do you have to go poop? Do you have to poop?
No, and then she's just gonna jump up and like bite her brother's tail.
Ow! That's cheating!
Please get in the bed. It's not
We're not
cheating.
playing a specific game. We're not doing cheating at anything. It's bit you.
Please, I beg of you. Get in the fucking bed.
I slide down the rook.
And she's going to move to the far end of the room where she has kind of a pile of her items. And she reaches in and grabs like a little bit of dried meat. If I give you a little bit of meat,
Yes.
will you lay down and shut up?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
And she gestures towards your little nest of moss.
You do that thing, you'd circle 3
Yeah.
times and then curl up.
You're getting in the same
Me,
position
please.
every single time.
Yes, it's comfy. I like
Got
it.
to let him have this. Oh, yeah. Oh, just, you don't, I can, well, and she's just gonna kind of land. Oh, Jesus, almost lost a nail on that. You both have hands. I can hand you, okay, there you go. Perfect. It's like we don't feed you, but we do. This accent has slid to Russian, and I'm so proud of it. And once you guys have kind of settled down a little bit, just thank you very much. This is, a difficult time for your mother, but I appreciate your cooperation. And both of you, give me an insight check.
Dirty 20.
Damn, okay.
Okay, so I can't get below a 12.
She's not trying to lie to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is just you were kind of clocking a person with 2 to 3 tricks max in her bag with how to deal with children.
Okay, 7.
Sweet, yeah. You're focused, you're starting to settle down. You understand that what you are seeing is a woman who has told truly one story to both of you 1,000 times. You could probably recite it along with her. But she sort of settles down next to you. You can hear the creak of her incredibly old bones in her body as she begins.
What?
No, you didn't. You didn't.
Everything begins with the blue. There's the blue of the sky and the blue of the water and the blue of the light that made us. The blue made everything. And sometimes we can see it deep inside us, like the beat of our hearts, or even in the eyes of the others that call our forest home. But not everything touched by the blue is good. The woods are full of things beyond the fathoming of wee little stoats like yourselves. So take care and be ever watchful of the others among the trees, because we must, above all else, protect ourselves and our family here in the Warren.
Okay, that was a really good story. Thank you.
That's incredible. It's a little tale a tale you've heard 1,000 times of where you came from, of the blue that animates you and this entire forest. And as you settle down into this routine, you see that she's turned and gotten up and is moving to pick up her sundry items, and thinking that she's gotten you down for the night, leaves your room.
Jacob, yeah, what do you think the blue is? I think it's like, that was a monster. It's like a really big monster. Yeah. And then our dad killed it. And then his blood was blue.
Well, I think it killed Dad.
Maybe our dad's blood was blue. And he just had like a lot of it. I don't know what the blue is. I'm just making it up. Wow. What do you think the blue is?
Well, I've been taking a lot of notes. I think that something happened and that Dad and Uncle Thorn and Viola and not Mom because she's smart, tried to fight it and it killed Dad.
Yeah.
But I haven't figured out what it is yet.
Yeah.
But I think I'm getting really close.
Okay.
And maybe it's big.
Yeah. It's probably big. It's like big teeth.
It's big,
Sharp.
teeth.
Maybe it's got scales.
Yeah. Big,
Like a big
scaly
scary tail.
Tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna kill it.
I'm gonna fight it and I'm gonna kill
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Not if I fight it and kill it first.
it. No.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna do
No,
it.
I'm gonna do it first. I'm gonna do it first.
I'm gonna do
I'm gonna do it first.
Your brother's down. Do you also fall asleep?
No, I'm like I started pretending to go to sleep, and then I'm like,
The ability to open one eyeball is very cool. Oh. What do you do? You're the only one awake.
I think I'm gonna like Lila's nightly routine is like trying to listen to the adults and eavesdrop and find out secrets.
Okay. Then go ahead and give me a stealth check.
I can't believe it's been 20 seasons of this show, and I've been angling for PvP, and it happens in the first 60 seconds of the all Stoves season.
All you have to have is 8-year-old brother and sister.
Yeah.
Hey, Abria,
Yeah.
26.
Lila, you go absolutely into your bag at this point. Though you are calico with a mixture of like white, the way you move through these tunnels and these halls, especially now that you know that it's nightfall and there is no light coming in, you are a ghost here. And you make your way around the bends through this massive warren. It takes you about 5 minutes until you come across like your first little cluster of adults. Are you listening for anything in particular, or just like, whatever I hear is my little secret now?
Yeah, whatever I hear.
So you come across a heavy Southern voice that you know is Big Walmer, and he's a contemporary of your father, and your mother knew him too. Your grandfather, who you never knew, you've heard in stories, was very fond of him, and he's been trying, especially recently, to really angle for sort of the leadership position of this warren. And he's murmuring something very intense, but very, very low. And you're picking up little flashes, and then you hear your mother's name, Tula. And he continues to murmur with someone. You're gonna have to get a little closer if you want to overhear this. Go ahead and give me one more stealth check. I'll give you advantage on this. We honor a 26 in the house.
Oh, not as great. 13.
You edge a little closer, and you hear, she's distracted. She doesn't want this. And Ava isn't interested in leading anybody. They're here, but this warren is not a collective, it is a group. And if we've learned anything from those other folks on the outside of town, there needs to be a strong leader here. And as you slide a little bit further into the room, your claw just catches a little bit of a root. You hear a snap, and everything freezes. Do you stay? Do you run?
I run.
Okay. As you scamper away, you hear movement behind you and see, you get a glimpse of this like massive dark brown stoat looking down in the hall, but he doesn't see you, though he can hear something moving around. And he moves back in. Give me a perception check with disadvantage, because you're a sleepy little guy.
8 + 7 is 15.
I think you feel sort of someone getting into the moss bed with you. That doesn't quite pull you out of your sleep, but you're aware that there's some shifting happening.
Where'd you go?
I was eavesdropping.
What'd you hear?
I think they were talking about mom,
Oh.
and I got more jerky.
I wake up. Did you save some?
Yeah. I
Can I have
forgot
some?
what it was.
I snuggle up.
Get off of me.
Yes, you're my favorite sister. Punch her in the stomach.
And as you devolve into more sibling infighting, we move out and away through the tunnels of the Red Warren, up and across to those others on the edge of the wood. Thorn, Viola, and a group of nomadic stoats and other small woodland creatures known as the Lukura. You set up camp, a 30-minute walk away from the Red Warren. It's through bushes and thickets and right at the edge of what you would call the true beginning of the wild and dangerous woods here. Where do we find Thorn?
I think Thorn is probably having a quiet conversation with Oliver and Teedles, just double checking that the perimeter is like secure as we're heading into nighttime, making sure all the scouts are in place and everyone's like kind of on their shift and ready to go. And there's been no trouble during the day.
As we see you holding court with your two sort of chief lieutenants known as beacons, Oliver and Teedles, why don't you also describe for me what you look like?
Sure, so Thorn Vale is a pretty lanky, quite sort of long stoat with jet black fur, though you can see where the scars are, the fur has grown back white underneath, and he's got one particularly distinctive scar across his forehead, which kind of goes down to the tip of his nose, where his nose actually lost some of the pigment in it as well. And he's got some little pointy stoat ears, and he's kind of got a bit of a wry smile as he's got these piercing yellow eyes. And I think I'm probably kind of like half listening to what's going on. Everything seems fine, and I'm sort of scanning, looking for Viola. That's probably the...
You see Oliver is sort of droning on and on, but it's Teedles who's sort of, sir, eyes on me, yeah.
Yes, sorry.
The Pine Martin is out doing a perimeter check right now. As far as I know, the Badger will be beginning sort of a late shift. Like, it's weird. We can't. It's hard when you can't really talk to them. But
yes, of course. The Badger is particularly attentive, so
and terrifying.
So terrifying. Yeah, it's quite intense.
Kind of only listens to you.
Yeah, it does that thing where he sort of stares at you, and you'd have to take a full second to be like, "Are you going to eat me?" Or
I don't like doing that. Do you want to go talk to him?
If you don't want to do it, Teedles, yes.
I'll
do it.
I don't know if you can't tell. I don't want to.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, I'll turn around to Oliver. Oliver, can you talk to the Badger, please?
Oliver, who is explaining like all of the like deals and information that everyone's went and gotten today, is just, really?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
I
fully
wouldn't
I have
want
to
to
talk, have to talk to Viola. I'm so sorry. I'm busy.
Make a deception check.
Hell yeah. Dirty 20.
Oliver gives you a look that says everything about like those people who you know are not related to you. He's a slighter, pale gray brown stoat. Very clearly the runt of his litter and never really recovered from that in a meaningful way, and kind of looks up at you like someone who is, we are family, even though we're not quite related, so I can't give you the hard time I want to. And you see that like piercing look, and it falters.
I really appreciate it, Oliver. Thank you. I'll do it tomorrow.
When the conduit gives you a task, you're gonna do it.
Hello, sweetie.
Yes, ma'am. And Oliver gives a massive bow, and Teals looks over. Hi.
Is everything in order?
Everything's
Wonderful.
so good.
It's so good that we're all together and secure.
Yes.
And we can be that when you do what you're told.
Oh, yes. It's okay. Yeah, you're safe.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put my foot down.
No, you're good.
I felt an opening. I stuck my foot in there.
Oh, yeah, you did? Okay, I'm gonna go. You know what? Badger's preferable. This is fine. And you see Oliver like grabs Teedles and they both take off.
Erica and Izzy right now.
I'm like super chill and nice. Right?
So chill and nice.
So nice, but Viola's different.
And you see as Oliver and Teedles sort of disappear into a crowd, there's maybe 24 or 25 other woodland creatures here. About 15 of them are other stoats. All of these other stoats have charcoal or some smudging agent where they've recreated the conduit's lightning bolt on their body somewhere. And everyone else in this crowd moves out and away from Oliver and Teedles with the same energy and deference that they are scurrying the fuck away from you.
I don't know
Viola,
why everyone's
please,
so scared.
please describe yourself for me as you step fully into the light.
I would say I'm like the first lady of this crop of folk. I'm devoted, obviously, to my husband Thorn and my family. Viola takes like berries and flowers and kind of like mushes them onto her face to give some sort of like decoration to her. She's got gloves, but they're not gloves.
Let me be very clear. There's not clothes.
They're not. It's like so it's like moss around my like wrists and stuff.
Yes.
So I have like a cute little like dainty thing, and she's got kind of like a fascinator of like a piece of grass that's been folded and put into like a fun shape.
Not a hat.
Not a
Not a
hat.
hat.
A fascinator.
There aren't hats in this world.
No.
Yeah. They're
No
stoats.
matter how bad we wanted it.
They're stoats. Why would they have gloves?
No, but,
Could you imagine?
Viola just wants everyone to be as comfortable as possible. And if anyone gets out of line, well, we'll have words about that, won't we?
The Lakura are a group that have followed Thorn for months and months and months, doing a circuit around the Blue Forest, stopping by other stoat encampments, trading information and help, and foraging on behalf of these other communities. And though they look at Thornvale as the conduit, the leader of this sort of cult, even knowing how they treat and how they respect and venerate Thorn, there is a pulse of energy that knows, and you sort of walk around with the understanding that no one fucks with the conduit's wife.
I think Thorn is like the sun. People are just drawn to him and pull up under his sunbeam. And, you know, I'm the moon. I move the tides, but I've always wondered, what's it like to be the sun?
Gulp.
Amazing. As you two sort of find each other and settle in, you notice that the sort of bustle of this community seems to be calming down and moving away from you, giving you private moments to talk.
I think I immediately go over and give her a little nuzzle.
You've had a good day.
It has been a good day. I feel a little. I feel like the winds are changing, though.
In a positive direction, or are you becoming more fearful every day?
Well, you know me. Fearful is a sort of default, so perhaps.
Yes, but we have to bring some joy and some light in there.
I will work on that.
Okay.
Yes. I think I'll walk over, grab some of the charcoal, and I've got like a white bib, and I'll sort of start marking out a sort of very big lightning bolt shape on my chest. And as I'm doing so, it's just there's this energy. The forest has an energy, and I know that it's going to be difficult with the family, but I really feel like perhaps we should be moving soon. I feel a little anxious, like the forest is telling me something.
Yes. You're feeling jumpy, and I understand that you want to move, but I don't know if the family's going to want to relocate. It's going to take some doing. We've been here for so long, and we literally have roots.
Yes. I don't necessarily know if I want to uproot, just perhaps find some temporary situation. You know I don't like to stay in one place for too long, and I am getting concerned about the size of this camp.
Well, I thank you for staying for as long as you have. It wouldn't be the same if you left. I couldn't be the same.
I'm not leaving without you, dear.
Oh, stop. You would go without me. You've explored the world without me.
Trust me. I wouldn't be where I am right now without you. I'm not going anywhere.
Just give me a timeline. Let me know when you'd like to leave, and I can, you know, massage Mama, talk to my sister, and maybe we can get things
Yeah, I'll let
things
you
going.
lead with Mama. I'm not doing that. I'm definitely...
Oh, she's a teddy bear.
No, she is not. She's a teddy bear with huge claws. Terrifying huge claws. Nothing scares me more than your mother. Literally nothing. And I've seen some shit, you know? Seen some real scary things.
Oh, honey, you're falling back into your own mind.
Yeah,
Go
you
back.
see Thorn going
Oh,
somewhere.
no, oh, no, oh, no, okay.
Thorn, give me a wisdom save.
Oh, no.
What?
10. 10.
Thorn begins to slip away, and even in this very silly moment, you look over and regard your husband as you watch something happen behind his eyes, and a little flash of blue as he remembers what life is actually like out there. And even though you're having like a delightful, yeah, it's fucking cool. We made the dome cool now.
It's very cool.
That even though you feel his restlessness and his desire to move, he has seen things out in the world. And you know the stories that even you grew up with about the others in the woods.
I take my little paw and I put it on your chest and kind of, let's breathe together, slow it down. You are safe. Do not let the fear drive you. I'll talk to Mama.
Thank you. I think Thorn fully straightens up, almost like a mask completely drops over his face and just like strides confidently into the camp, and like none of that comes with him. He just fully blocks all of that emotion. Like up, just nope, that's for later.
Little episode, that's gonna
yeah.
do it.
You see, as you sort of move into the camp, you hear the, I'm not gonna make you roll for it. You can see just at the edge of the camp, Oliver is struggling with a badger 6 times bigger than anyone else here, as he's trying to sign and get like a, you just hear him yelling like, "You've gotta go! Don't, ha!" And just backs up a bit as this badger begins to like snarl and bare its teeth.
I sort of look over and I, Badger!
And with a single call out over the din of dozens of animals, this badger immediately makes eye contact with you.
Play nice.
Oh.
And you see all of this, like, everything that was spinning up inside this fellow predator sort of calms down.
I shoot Oliver a look and go, he wants scritches, quickly, now.
I'm not going to.
Do it.
I'm not gonna.
He'll get really mad if you don't.
do it. We're doing great. We're all having a very good time here.
Good time. You're
And
doing a
then
good
just
job,
like,
Oliver.
Thanks. I like this. This is great.
Well done.
He's drooling on me.
Yep.
Why
do you think I said you?
Yeah, I know. And you see Oliver sort of pats the badger on the side of the head, and they begin to move towards the edge of the camp to begin the next sort of wave of scouting and watching. Where do you head?
I think Viola found like a mossy patch to kind of just like stretch, or like kind of taking down the adornments and like kind of chilling out for the evening, kind of burrowing in.
As someone who was raised in the Red Warren, there's something about having like your place underground, like a home, and where you collect and keep all of your trinkets and adornments and everything that you consider yours, that in this very nomadic camp, like there is no sense of like private space. Like they don't have that. They weren't trained with it or around it, and you know that your husband does not value that as much as you do. So here you are, sort of in the public eye, under some like pale moonlight filtering through the trees, sort of bedding down.
I think she's thinking about how will I address this? Who should I go to first, Mom or my sister? If I convince my sister that it's a good idea, she can tell Mom.
Damn, y'all really are married. Why?
You know, so it's the evening. Is my sister around? Could I go?
It will take you about half an hour to get back to the Red Warren if you want to go over and have that conversation now.
Yeah, I might as well do it so it's on her mind in the morning.
Yeah, I love that. Give me just a basic survival check.
Seeing Viola leave, I immediately send 2 of the stoats to go with Viola. Viola doesn't go anywhere on her own.
Cool.
Aww.
6.
Do you send 6?
Yeah.
Damn. That's probably important that yeah. You sort of signal to...
I think I'll probably send Teetles and like one other.
Yeah.
Since I'm staying in the camp, so yeah.
Teetles makes eye contact with you, sees it and goes, I understand. And then she just literally grabs the first stoat she sees, another kind of older woman named Prue that you guys picked up 2 encampments ago. And normally, like, wherever you go as a leader, you pick up people who are excited and interested to hear what you want to talk about. And even though they tend to want to follow and come with you, you've kept the Lakura very light and agile. And somehow, this ancient woman has been able to keep up, and truly, any conversation you've had about her wanting to settle down and maybe stay at one of these encampments, she's the only other person that she's like, I'm fine, darling. Doing great.
Truly impressive. My knees are already going.
I'm gonna fall. Got it.
Thank you. Thank you, Prue.
She bows and salutes and is pretty new to this and doesn't know what to do.
Brighter than the sun, swifter than the wind.
I'm not gonna say all that. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Okay, next time.
It's very nice for you young ones. I'm just gonna kind of.
You do what, yeah,
And
absolutely.
she bows at her very, very lanky waist and takes off and follows. You know what? As you're walking, that survival check is pretty terrible, and I wanna live in that meat for a while. You know full well that Thorn, when he can help it, tries not to let you move places unescorted. How do you feel about that?
Having grown up where I didn't have to have attendants, it's very weird to have a shadow behind you constantly. So I wouldn't try to shake her, but I will try to keep some distance.
Okay. Give me, let's just make it a general acrobatics check as you're navigating.
That's a 9 total.
9?
6 plus 3.
So you're noticing, I think you're kind of lost in your reverie and trying to shake off an old woman unsuccessfully.
Tula is about to get ready for bed, and I'm like, how am I gonna say this?
You feel
We've gotta
yourself
move.
snag in the thicket as you're moving through. A thorn catches your side, and you begin to bleed a little bit. You're gonna take 2 points of piercing damage. Both Teetles and Prue sort of like surge up to you in this moment. They're like, are you okay? I'm sorry.
I'm fine. It's just a little scratch. I'll be all right.
Yes, I mean, do you... Hi, sorry, we're supposed to hang back. I know.
If one of you wants to go in front of me, I'll be in the middle.
We don't have to... It doesn't...
That's what you want to do. Come on,
That's
go in
not
front of
what I
me.
wanted.
I'll be in the middle. Just be in the front and the
I
back.
think you're perfectly fine to walk on your own. I don't want this. It's what the conduit wants.
Well, if that's what the conduit wants, that's what you're going to do.
Okay, I'm not gonna not do it. You don't have to throw this energy at me.
Sorry, I'm just...
Are you okay?
There's a lot going on. I have to talk to my family in the middle of the night, and that's not something I necessarily wanted to do today.
Is everything... I'm sorry. I don't know if we have the relationship for me to ask. Are you okay? You good?
I'm realizing right now that I guess I'm not. Maybe I'm scared to move. Maybe I want to stay, but I have to honor my husband, and his fear drives my congregation.
Well, look. I am also... I do...
Make it plain, please.
It's good that you're here. We do like... You're terrifying, but we do like you.
Thank you.
And I've never seen Thorn happier. Oliver and I have been with him for a year. Most of each other's lives, and it's interesting to watch someone go from wanting to survive to wanting to live.
I had to teach him that there is more than fear. You know, we have to laugh together to get through these very dark times. Yeah. And going together is better than going alone.
Yeah. Well, and she's gonna kind of reach out and she offers you just a bit of sort of mushed up grass for your side. Just might want to put that on there.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's some.
It feels nice. It's tingly. Is
Yeah.
there mint in there?
Yes, there is.
Nice.
It's miles from here, but I always try to grab a little bit of extra. And if you ever need anything for like, just like a little chew, if you're ever feeling a little upset, some meat that goes a little bad, you find me.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, I like you.
Come on. I like you
a lot.
Yeah. I like how you scare Oliver. I love that. It's my favorite thing
It's
about
very
you.
funny, the faces that they're like, "Rah!"
Yeah, right? And he's so small anyway, so he's just so scared of everything.
I just imprinted on my brain. If I had like a contact card, that's what it would be.
And I think for the first time, instead of being flanked or sort of in a weird little sandwich protected formation, you walk side by side with a member of your congregation as friends as you make your way back to the Red Warren. Who are you heading to go see?
I'm gonna go see my sister.
All right. So as you continue this walk, we're going to move back then. And I want to check in not only on your sister, but your mother. So, Ava, where are you in Tula right now?
We're in her burrow and it's mammalian grooming time.
Being actively licked. Interesting.
You normally don't get a chance to do it because you're always so busy with those two lovely children of yours. I love my grandchildren.
Ava, go ahead and describe yourself.
I am snowy white. I have a hunched form that's bent almost double, and I usually use a large bone to get around and assist myself. It's got a little knob at the end that's very good for paw sizes. I have one beady black eye, and the other one is milky white with a triple scar running through it all the way back up to my ear. I'm lanky and with ropey, wiry muscles, and I have a resting, frowny face.
Amazing. So as you groom your daughter, Tula, will you describe yourself?
I am a medium-sized, sort of dusty red-brown stoat, perhaps a little dusty, which is why I'm getting licked by my mom as an adult woman. And I think the look on my face is I have been forced into being cared for in a way that is using up lots of my time and way stressing me out. Like, this is very much for my mother to let her take care of me as she gives me a bath with her desiccated ancient
My
tongue.
mouth is very dry. It's like a little piece of sandpaper just kind of sloughing off any dirt.
Thank you so much for taking the time to do this, Mother. This is incredibly kind.
Oh, absolutely happy to do it because, I understand that you don't have the time to do it, but it's very important to keep up your appearances and your health.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And, as soon as I...
No, you can't make those sounds.
Yes,
Thank you.
As soon as you are done here, I'll be able to head back to the Burrow.
Other side, turn.
Yep, here you go. Thank you.
We start on the other ear.
I'll be able to, yes, and Beatrix does have to get back to her own warren sooner rather than later. It's actually quite rare for her to be able to come, or not rare, but it's very kind of her to be able to come and watch the children. So as soon as we're done here, I have to just run over to the jerky under the sort of glass, that old piece of glass where it dries out, because I have to turn it for the morning. So just as soon as you can, and I'll run out and check the snare traps as well as the acorn alarm. So just as soon as you are done, I just have a few things to do, and then I'll be able to go relieve Auntie Beatrix from...
Walmer was asking about you the other day.
Walmer?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's kind.
I told him that you're very busy raising 2 children on your own. And God knows what it's like doing that. So, he's just seeing how you were doing. He's very, very well respected in the Burrow,
Well, venerable elders so often and rightly are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And someone of Walmer's impressive age absolutely deserves all of that respect.
Well, I know that he's always, quite liked you, and your father, Kenji, rest his soul. He was often quite fond of Walmer.
I'm so fond of him. He's like a grandfather to me. He's like
so lonely
a great
and
grandfather.
underwater
And
with
that's terrible that he's lonely. I should go care for him in his advanced age. These are his last days, and they should be golden.
Well, I'm just putting that out there
And
because
you've put it out there, and there it is.
You're doing a job on your own. You're certainly doing your best. You're doing your best.
Tula, I need you to give me a history check.
To know when Walmer was born?
Methuselah.
Yeah, the first of all stoats.
History is going to be a 15.
Okay. Young Walmer is truly maybe like a litter or two older than you. So like we're talking months here.
Okay.
So you guys don't live a very long time, but he's only a little bit older. It's a viable grouping, but you are now going back and recontextualizing a lot of interactions that you had where you realize that, yes, in the last maybe 4 or 5 days, Walmer has run into you a lot across this warren or at that piece of glass or, has offered several times if you need someone to go and grab water down at like the river. That, yes, he has been slowly moving in through the peripheral of like your busy life with your family.
Can I make an insight check against my mother to know if that is, putting that story together, is Walmer flexing on my mom or is my mom flexing on Walmer?
Oh, that's fun. Go ahead and give me an insight check. Ava, you can oppose that with whatever you think is appropriate in this moment. Is it persuasion? Is it deception?
That'll be another 15.
Dang, okay.
That's 12 for intimidation.
Insight versus intimidation.
Yeah.
You're like, it's not
Incredible.
lying, it's not telling the truth, it's
Yeah.
just being scary.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big, because I said so energy.
Yeah.
I have a resting little frowny face and like little eyebrows that are always, they look like they're angry. They're just like, the one that exists is just like slanted this way, so.
Do I get the sense that it's coming from Walmer or coming from mom?
This is definitely, Walmer has sidled up to your mom and is now sort of sicking her on you since just sort of reaching out to you isn't yielding.
Walmer, good dude or bad dude?
Good dude, just a lot of focus on me, look at me energy. He reminds you, unfortunately, only in the worst ways of Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is that Walmer provides quite a lot for the Burrow and is very well respected and would never just kind of run off on his own, gallivanting around the wilderness like some other stoats. All right, get the rear, get the rear.
Yeah, let's get the rear. And I'm gonna turn around. What time of year is it?
Give me a survival check. How much time have you?
That's a 25. I know the date.
I was gonna live in a world where I was like, maybe you're distracted because you've got to. No, you keep track of this perfectly. You know we're hitting like the middle of fall. You're now reaching that point where you've got to start stockpiling things because the first frost is coming in soon.
Smelled a little bit of frost on the wind this morning, so alarming.
Yes.
Seems like it's coming much earlier this year.
Every year.
What was the worst winter that you and Dad ever went through?
Oh. There was one winter where all of you were kids and we were trying to get a bobcat or one of those, what are the words for that?
Lynx?
Yeah, lynx, out of the territory. And it was, we really didn't have enough stowed for winter and, it was rough. But we kept the group together. We kept you all safe. And to be honest with you, I don't know how many more winters I could stick around to keep you kids safe. But I'll always remember that winter, how it was the group that got us through. When your father and I were a little short-handed and, some of our litter didn't quite make it, but you two were fighters, and the rest of the Burrow always pitched in, and yes, well, that's why it's important for us to always remember our neighbors and to have close communications with them and to make sure that we look our best for them. Dope, isn't it?
You're absolutely right. Thanks, Mom. I'll try to keep up appearances.
You're a good girl. You're a good girl, Tula.
Thank you.
Both of you give me a perception check.
19.
That's a 9. I'm busy.
Yeah, you're in there just, it's hard to hear over the sound of your own sandpapery tongue.
God, Mom, just not right there.
Oh, all right. Suddenly you're all shy. Oh, I'll tell you,
Mom,
young
I'm a
lady,
grown woman.
The
I've had
things that I've
multiple
had
children.
to lick off of you.
I understand.
Your ears prick up as you hear the approach of a stoat. And with your sort of hackles raised with your mom's strange intervention, you begin to calm a little bit as you recognize the cadence of footfalls as your sister, Viola.
I think there's part of me that's like, my sister's doing so well. Don't let her see me with my mom's face in my butt. Like,
What?
And that is
There was a ladybug.
Wow, wow, wow. Look whose booty is tooted in there.
hi, Vi. Good to see you.
It's good to see you, Tula. Mama, how are you?
Viola?
Oh, you're looking so like you. Mama.
Yes. Yes, I am.
How's everyone doing this evening?
Is
Feeling
there a
good?
reason you came to come see us? You never visit enough. You're
It's so
always
late.
off
Are you
at your
staying?
other
Do you want me to-
burrow.
I can set up
With
some extra moss. I'd be lovely.
No,
to
no,
have
no,
you.
no, 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 no.
Jason and Lila would love to see you.
No, don't wake the little ones. Not quite yet. No. It's just a friendly visit. I had something I wanted to talk to you about, have on your mind while you maybe fall asleep. Sleep on it. Thorn has expressed interest in us needing to move. It would be so nice if we could all move together. What we have here is gorgeous. The way you've put the roots up on the wall and the moss and everything is beautiful, but there'd be a little bit more security for us all if we left. Timeline's pretty quick. Mama, you haven't blinked, not once. Tula, you know, it could be time to move. Danger is lurking everywhere.
Well, what does Thorn know? I think very highly of your husband. He's seen a lot of the world, but what has he seen that would make it? Wow, that's an enormous commitment. That's a change of everything.
The outside forces are coming in stronger than we expected, and if we're going to protect our own, we have to be able to accommodate for them. So I just think it's time for us to stop worrying about others protecting us and worry about protecting ourselves.
Can I make an insight check into my sister? It's almost like I'm trying to insight Thorn through you.
Fun.
Because there's a fear I have that this is just about combining these two communities and suddenly having half the people who live in the community revere Thorn, right? And then this other community that just suddenly finds themselves side by side with Thorn's like devotees and followers. And so I'm trying to say, like, is there actual danger, or is there enough danger to justify something that Thorn wants for ulterior motives?
You're aware of your sister's sort of like concerns in this, so you can decide if you're going to be rolling persuasion or deception against her insight. And I will say, if this is just a normal conversation that you're having that's quite serious and quite dire, a normal roll, I'll give you advantage if you're really pressing for an answer.
I'll press. That's still quite low. It's only a 12.
Got a 7.
So
So I really think he's smart, and I think he knows what he's talking about. I feel it. I'm scared. Aren't you scared?
no.
You're not?
Well, I don't know what to be scared of, Viola, because it's a very unclear threat. I'll be clear. I'm sure it would be of great benefit to combine our two communities for strength in numbers. Would you say that your husband is moving from a place of eagerness to combine our communities, or is he moving away from a threat?
I believe he's moving from a threat.
Do I sense on that roll that you're telling the truth?
Yeah, I think that's what he wants. That's not necessarily what.
And he's not entirely wrong.
Right.
That young man has seen some real shit. It's not just the Winters and the starvation and the bigger animals that we gotta watch out for. It's something darker, something much more unknown to us or anyone like us. My mother and her mother before settled in this warren, and it took until me to know what was truly wrong with this space. But that being said, I really like this, Burrow. We've just kind of gotten the moss the way that we like it.
This isn't really even a conversation unless we know where we would move to. We can't just pick up and wander into the forest.
Winter is coming, so.
I'm sure he has a plan. He's been all over. There's been places he'd been before that could be safe, or push out into the unknown. Send some scouts out. You know, you don't even have a vision.
Bless you, Viola, but pretty sure that while your husband is running from something, you're the one that's always running to something. So if there's gonna be a plan, it's probably gonna be yours.
Make a stealth check for me.
With advantage. Little ear hustler over here.
22.
You hear all of this. They've gotten very loud. And Tula, with trying to divine via your sister what Thorn's concerns are, and hearing your mother once again speaking in vague, dreadful terms about what lies truly out in the world, you feel sort of behind your breastbone a sort of dread sinking in as you pushed towards the truth of the world. And something began to settle heavy on your heart that you know is disconnected from the conversation you're having.
I mean, I'm not saying that he's a pushover. He's a very charismatic young man, but at the same time, I mean, I guess there is a religious crazy in every family, and, you know, why not let it be
You're
your
not calling him a
husband?
fanatic, are you, Mama?
No, I said a religious crazy.
I think that if there were a safer place to go to, there might be some wisdom in this.
So there's a chance if I find somewhere safe, not me necessarily, someone else, find somewhere safe, I could come back to you with a proposal. How about that?
I think Lila and Jason, there's just a lot of memories in this place, and it might be nice for them to have fresh places to explore, a new Burrow to grow up in.
And maybe something for you. A change of scene. The memories here, like you said. It's not just for the kids, it's for you too.
Oh, that's very sweet, Vi. Thank you. Viola, I trust your judgment, but it would be great to get something more specific from your husband. What he's, the only thing I know that your husband has seen is shit. And so it'd be nice to get something maybe a little more specific.
It's true. I don't like change.
That's right, Mom. You don't like change.
So if there's gonna be one, there'd better be a damn good reason for it.
Mama, do you know anything out there in the world that might be a safer Burrow to go to or some other kind of place?
I mean, it's all bad out there, really.
Mama, you can't say that to if the kids are around, I mean, just don't say
They should know. It's a shitty situation. The world is fucked, I tell you.
Stop screaming.
As
Give
you're
them a little bit of
yelling,
hope.
Yeah, we will just say that sort of the camera creeps over to Lila in the corner. Go ahead and give me, just real quick, like a little perception check.
Are you like up with me? Am I like?
Yeah, did Jason wake up? They're now yelling.
Yeah, once they start yelling, for sure.
Yeah.
And bugs and swats.
There could be
and
goodness out there. We're
like,
just stuck behind
maybe
these
I'm-
walls doing nothing.
Like closer, and I'm like relaying to him, like they're talking about monsters. What? They're talking about monsters coming. We have to move.
I burst through the door. Are you talking about monsters?
Oh my God.
Jason!
I'll fight them.
See, you can't leave them alone for even an evening. Control your
Hi,
children.
Jason. It's so good to see you. Hiya.
You have jerky. You have jerky all over your mouth.
Lila, how you doing,
Be
Miss
still,
Lila?
be still.
I'm good. So the monster's coming, and we have to move.
There is
We don't know that there's a monster.
We don't have to move because we can fight them.
And Uncle Walmer's gonna be our dad?
What? Uncle Walmer can't be our dad. He sucks.
When did you start calling him Uncle?
He's so old.
He's like 2 months older than you, Mom.
Uncle Walmer is not going to be anybody's dad or husband.
Well, we'll see about that.
No, if Uncle Walmer was going to make it happen, he would have made it happen by now.
Hello, he had a chance with my. He's not gonna be with my sister. No.
Thank you.
Tula, Walmer.
You watch your tone, young ladies.
No one's trying to be disrespectful.
That's right.
I think tension is high because it sounds like something very dangerous might be happening. Do you think that Thorn would want to come tomorrow and just explain what he's seen?
Viola, you look up and you actually make eye contact with Teetles, who was just like,
Yes, get him. Bring him here now.
right now.
Yeah, we might as well talk it out now.
Oh my God, we're having an all-nighter.
They said in the morning.
We are not having an all-night. Wait, and actually, what am I doing? Children, to bed.
Oh, but everybody else is gonna be here.
Well, you need rest.
This is awkward, and I'm sad I was here.
You know what?
Oh,
You
go.
know, I'm so
where?
sorry.
Go get him.
Viola.
Right now?
Look, it's
Right
all right.
now. Right
everyone so
now, we're
quiet?
having a little family discussion, and God help me, he's part of the family now, so he needs to be here. Kids, Jason, you look at me. You look at me. You jump off another thing while I am around, and I swear to God, emotional damage.
Don't threaten Jason with emotional damage.
Lila, you be a good girl and go to bed.
I think that it's only fair that if we have to move because a big monster is coming, that we should know why we're not safe in our home.
I'm gonna go back in the morning. Okay, goodbye.
I think
And she takes
I
off.
think that this would be better done in the morning. Is it all right if you get Thorn and come talk to us?
Absolutely. Everybody go to bed. It's good to see you, my niece and nephew.
I'm not tired.
Me neither.
I'm not tired either. I'm never tired.
And as this continued fight happens,
Can you help me?
All right. Okay. You kids, come with Grandma.
I'm up on a rock. I'm so high up.
Jason!
I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot.
do you climb down or do you jump down?
I really
Climb down.
slowly and carefully climb
That's
down.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
And as everyone moves in their directions and settles down for the night. And so we'll move from this discussion back to the Lacura, to Thornvale alone. It's quiet. Everyone is either taking their shift watching or taking their shift sleeping. Your wife is gone to speak with a family slightly more terrifying than even she is. And you are with your thoughts. Where do they go?
So I think having had that moment earlier of sort of slight panic with Viola being there, I think that Thorn is much in the same way that he is imagining the family as expressing concerns as to his motivations, is also questioning himself and probably won't really sleep that much because he's extremely aware of like all of the lives of people around him that he feels absolutely responsible for, and is I'm gonna basically try and listen to the forest. Like I wanna track how the birds are flying and which direction they're flying, and if it feels odd or strange. I wanna listen to the trees and see if they seem to be creaking more, if the wind seems to be picking up. Basically get a sense of like, as winter is rolling in and I have this sensation and feeling that I need to move, if that is coming from me, if that is like an internal thing, or whether that is an external thing and that is the forest in fact telling me something.
Yeah.
Because I think that makes a big difference as to how he handles the next kind of thing.
And go ahead and give me a survival check.
Okay. Can I cast guidance on myself?
Yes. I love guidance so much. Yeah. Oh. How'd you do?
Okay, cool. So I think Thorn's probably having a panic attack. That is a total of 9. but that was a 1.
It wasn't
Oh,
That
you
was a
gotta
one.
lead with that, my guy.
Yeah, but you see why I didn't, though, right?
Yeah,
But you see why
But
I
you see why I made the decision not to.
totally
So if
fine.
it wasn't just a
So the
complete
thing-
failure, it was a 9, but
The thing that was going to happen next was going to require a wisdom save. But I think we're just gonna jump past that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
As you listen to the forest and feel yourself drift away from this moment and away from the natural things of the world towards what you truly are. I think Thorn rejects a lot of the false divinity ascribed to you by your followers. But you do know, you have known for so long that you are different. So when you say you go to listen to the forest, you can't help but slide away from your sense of self as the forest grabs you to speak. The seasons are changing, yes, but they always have. You've seen the full cycle of a year. The dread you feel has so much less to do with that than the other feelings, the sense of an oncoming storm. You are reminded in fits and starts, and your mind flashes back to the moment where you received your scars, the beginning of your gifts. Your family calls it the blue. You call it something closer to a meeting with, the word isn't quite there. It isn't a god, it isn't a monster, but something so large and unfathomable. You remember the petals kicking up from those blue flowers in the field. You remember making eye contact with something massive and it regarding you back. But what you feel across your fur and deep in your gut is the grit of dust, sand, wind blown and pushed and overtaking you, overtaking your camp, overtaking the Red Warren, felling the massive red oak tree and its crimson leaves that have guarded the people that you call family for generations. And when you wake up and come back to yourself, you realize that the night has passed. It is daytime. And looking out across the camp, the visibility is lower as the dust storm begins to pick up. You have minutes. Do you stay here to warn your people, or do you go to warn your person?
Oliver, Teedles, anybody?
Oliver and Teedles immediately move towards you, and they're kind of looking around like, it's kind of,
Okay.
is it?
Okay, no, we don't have time. Enough of whoever you can grab. Grab them and tell them to meet us by the Red Warren. Travel there as soon as you can. Just move. Do you understand me? Move.
Make an intimidation check for me. I'll give you advantage.
Okay. That is going to be a total of 22.
Oh, yeah.
I said move!
And you see their ears flatten. And there's a moment of pure recognition. You have been in this formation before. This triangle has happened, and they understand immediately and wordlessly turn and begin to scramble and rally everyone.
I am beeline straight to the Warren.
Sweet. I'm gonna need an acrobatics check. It's not survival. You know how to get to the Red Warren. That's not a problem. It's just give me an acrobatics. I'm gonna say your DC is a 16
Okay.
to make your way there quickly.
throw it away.
Yeah, you're going in the jail. Okay.
Trash.
What'd you get, bud?
That's a total. I rolled a 2 for a total of 7.
You are extraordinarily capable. This is what you do. But you've never seen a dust storm before. And this loss of ability of easy breathing is strange and new, and it's taking you longer than expected to make your way back there.
I think, yeah, I can feel, like, being far away from Viola as well, I can feel that, like, anxiety is, like, sitting right up here. And, like, in this moment, I'm not remembering my breathing. And I'm just, like, and I think that, like, that's also contributing to, like, missing a footing or, do you know what I mean, stumbling.
100%.
Yeah.
We're going to cut back to the Red Warren. You're all underground. You wake up the next day, bright and early, but there isn't anyone waiting for you as you get up. Ava, I think you're that level of old where you don't need a lot of sleep.
Yeah, I'm an early bird.
Yeah, you're so close to death. Like, what?
Yeah, the early bird catches the hare.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yep.
It's almost, yes. What's your sort of morning ritual? Do you tend to stay below within the Warren?
Yes. Yes, well, there are a couple of things that need tending to, but usually if it's a full house, then I'll go up and sort of be on my own a little bit. And under the red maple, I believe, yes.
Okay.
I don't know trees.
It's a tree. Who cares? You can't eat that.
Yes.
As you come up and sort of peek above the Warren under the shade of this massive tree, you see the dark red leaves under your feet, tamped down layers and layers of life and death and cycles here. You look out and see that the visibility here is a little murkier than you would expect without feeling all of the sort of barometric changes that come with fog.
My other eye's going too, isn't it?
Cloudy eye.
That's what they say when you hit 4 years old. It's just everything starts going.
Go ahead and give me a nature check.
That's a 10.
Okay. Yeah, you're looking around, and I think you take this sort of loss of visibility as an internal thing and not an external factor.
Yeah, that's okay. I've still got my scent and my memory and my sense of touch and my memory.
Wow, straight Groucho. Incredible.
Incredible. And you're unaffected until you see a very small, sort of tawny colored stoat with a big bite mark out of her left ear, sort of pops into your view maybe 3 or 4 yards away and starts waving. Ma'am, 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 ma'am.
Oh, hello.
Mila.
Mila, yes, Mila.
Hi, I was on an air,
You seem very anxious, Mila. Is something the matter?
and you notice, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it, you see that her right ear is sort of twitching, but not turning towards any information. Just, it seems like a strange tick that she's deeply unaware of. I was down over by the the river, and it's hard to see. And I don't.
Do you know? I think I might have something for that.
For what?
You know, for your ear, your ear.
What's wrong with my ear?
It's just.
She immediately grabs the other ear, I got bitten when I was little.
No, the other one. Although that's not optimal, I suppose. I'm sorry. What was that about? Hard to see?
I don't know. There's something happening. It's just strange. It's kind of hard to breathe. Do you not see anything weird? Do you not smell that?
What do I smell?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
We're talking.
18.
Now give me a history check.
Shit.
This is making me sad and scared.
Yay! We're doing it. Baby!
She doesn't know anything.
Baby girl doesn't know it.
It's really kind of a crapshoot, you know.
No. What you smell on the air is a sort of rock that you've come across times in your travels, broken up in weird, flat chunks that you can't find anywhere, but you find it in patches and batches in the woods. But there's always something wrong with it. It doesn't smell like wet mineral. It smells burnt and scorched and a little wrong and a little unnatural. And even though you can't place it, there's something familiar in that smell in the air that immediately drags you back towards, but not landing within, the worst day of your life. The first time you saw something that even you don't like talking about. So you do smell it?
Go find everybody that you know and gather at the warren. Quickly!
She nods at you and blinks, and her eyes don't blink in sync, and you see a little bit of blood begins to come down her nose.
What the
as she turns and runs and dives down into the warren.
I go back to the kids.
Yeah. You sort of follow her down, and we watch the split as she heads towards like different knots and groupings of stoats within the Red Warren, and you immediately like peel off towards where you left your family. And you're older, you're very spry. You do notice, especially as you hear like the difference in your footfalls as you split in directions, she's moving weirdly slowly. And you make your way back to your family, who's just beginning to like rouse for the day. What do you do?
Grandma, have you ever killed a chicken?
All right, kids, everybody eat up.
Lila's up, like, making notes from, like, everything she heard. Like the Charlie Day meme. Well, like, the board. She's like,
Fine, we have jerky, but I also have some berries that are not good for the kids to eat. They're a little older. If you'd like some, I can catch it.
Viola, Tula, Viola, come with me. And hush them over there.
Kids, go help yourself to extra jerky.
Something is coming. Something terrible is coming. Yes, but you were like, oh, vaguely something is happening. I mean, right now.
Give me a stealth
there's
check.
something happening. Yes.
I just hear my mom say right now, and I go over to Lila and Jason, and
what's happening right now?
what's happening right now is this. We're all gonna stay together because we're a family, and I'm gonna touch both of them, and as I'm talking, I'm casting Bless on both of them and myself.
The monster's coming.
Something's happening, and we're just gonna all stay safe, and what's gonna happen is we're gonna keep our eyes up, and we're gonna keep our legs bent so that we can move fast if we need to, okay? Just listen to me and Grandma and Auntie Viola, okay?
Lila, perception check.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
21.
Your mother is speaking close to you, and her words are filling your ears, but you can't help but notice the sound of a scream several tones away.
Someone's screaming.
Do I know of any safe spots nearby or in the
Be more
warren?
specific. What do you mean?
All right.
Like above ground or
Above
within
ground,
the
within the network, the tunnel network.
This tunnel network is enough to comfortably house the amount of stoats that are here. It's why even when like litters come through, it seems like this area can only support maybe 50 stoats at the most.
You gotta eat a couple to kind of make room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Mom and just say, how did you know something bad was happening? How did you find out?
Little Melissa, she came over and her ear was twitching in a very unfocused way, and something's wrong with her.
What did she say was happening bad?
She said she couldn't see and everything.
Where?
Down by the river.
I'm just gonna.
Did you roll for your own memory?
My instinct in this moment is I know where the river is, I know where the warren is, and I'm gonna take my family and run away from the river, from the warren. Like something bad is happening at the river, I'll take my odds that something not bad is happening at not the river.
Sweet. Not the river would be in the direction of Thorn and where your sister stay.
We need to find Thorn.
All right, I pop my head out and I yell, Thorn! And try to
My wife.
sanctuary.
Somewhere, somehow.
I sense that my wife is screaming my name at the top of her lungs.
If he's at all within 30 feet of me, to cast sanctuary on him.
He's not that close because that would require like the equivalent. All of your spells and all of your abilities are being sort of scaled down to stoat scale. So 30 feet to a stoat would honestly be very, very far. Like if we're holding that number. But you do pop your head above ground and you see that, yeah, it looks almost like a fog's rolling in, but it's gray and the sky isn't wet, it's dry. It's as though dirt, utterly devoid of water, is sort of filling in and filtering through the air.
As I'm like trying to not fully open my eyes because they're a little obscured with the dirt, if I just like let out some sort of like, to see if he can hear where I am, sort of like a echolocation type thing. Like, where are you? Thorny, Thorny.
We'll make this a full luck check, and I'm gonna make the, no, not for you. The lucky roller is gonna roll it. Hey, I'll even let you pick. Pick high or low.
High.
High, yeah.
High.
Okay. High, you can hear her calling out for you. Low, we'll talk about it.
17.
The 17, you hear that first shout of Thorn, and you realize that somehow you haven't noticed how much visibility you've been losing, and you were actually running just a little bit south of where you should be headed. And you realign and head in her direction. And sort of emerging murkily out of whatever this like strange atmosphere is, you see Thorn sprinting as fast as his little feet will carry him towards you. But you've been in it, running as fast as you can, breathing it all in. And I need you to make a Constitution save.
Okay, that's a 9.
You're gonna take 5 points. 5 points of damage as you like race up towards Viola, coughing and wheezing, and sort of in this mire of air that smells like dirt, and then something a little closer to what your family calls blue in and around you.
No.
Okay, I scoop him, I like throw him over my back if I can, and I just burrow deeper back into the underground. Wait, where did you go?
I was running with you towards Thorn.
Okay, so yeah, we're all together. We're
yeah.
all together.
Okay.
Stay. I don't know what it is.
Stay?
In the air, but it's incredibly hard to breathe out there. We have to wait for this to pass or find a way to stop breathing this in.
Before you dive back down, I want to give both of you opportunities to like get a little more information about what's going on in the air and in the world. So I want you to tell me, what are you looking for in this moment? What are you trying to do? And then you can tell me what role you want to make to assess what's happening right now, if that's your priority.
I'd like to know how high up this like this dust and cloud is it affecting birds as well as us on the ground, or is it just
Perception check.
Okay. 15.
With the 15, you notice that it's the beginning of the day. Even through like this haze that's sort of growing over across the sky, you know that it's like morning light. You don't hear any birds.
Tula, something bad is happening. Obviously, but I guess we need to go further underground.
It's in the wind.
It's in the air, something. It feels like my lungs are on fire.
I would like to make a check, listening to my sister, I want to make a check to know if there is a tunnel that is not connected to the other tunnels, that is maybe newer or fresher or weaker.
One of the tunnels we dug as children.
Yeah, like a small play tunnel.
Here's a real
We don't dig tunnels.
That's the thing. I would allow that children might think to dig tunnels, but the fun fact about the Warren that you live in, you didn't build that. Your mother's didn't build that. This was wrested away from a family of rabbits. Rabbits tunnel, and you consume.
Ah, yes, the Curtises.
The Curtises.
Gave them a name.
You gave them names.
Mr. Curtis
as
was
you were
delicious,
eating that.
unfortunately.
Wild.
Yeah.
What a man.
But you know what? Give me just a general luck check to see if like a little joke set of tunnels that you guys made as children would have survived to now.
That's 5.
You don't think the tunnel's there anymore. You think the turning of weather and the subsequent months since you were children has washed and eroded all of that away. But you do realize as you go and look in that direction that this dust, though it's sort of overtaking everything, is coming from the southeast.
Okay.
there's a directionality to this.
Okay. Do I sense that running is the better plan here, that my first instinct is better, that we should try to get away from this?
Give me a survival check.
Okay. That's a 2.
Wowzers.
2 plus 6 is 8.
There's a sense of panic here because if you think of this like weather, there's no sense of like outrunning weather.
Yeah.
You just sort of hunker down and wait it out. And then as you're sort of like in the air and sniffing and trying to figure out what this is, there is something so deeply unnatural in the wind, that even with that low roll, you can't let go of the fact that like your instinct isn't get low and get safe. It's get away.
There's nowhere to hide. There's no tunnel that we can close. The air will find us. We have to run.
Do you have a sense of direction or?
Yes, follow me. And I'm going to peel off. I'm maintaining concentration on the bless on my kids, but I'm making sure that mom is not slower than.
Well, everyone's gonna make a con save. Tula, you're gonna make it with advantage. And Lila and Jason are making this with disadvantage along with Ava.
8.
8? Okay.
22.
22, you're fine.
14.
Ava?
21.
19.
19.
Oh, actually 21.
Nice.
Kids are all right.
They're kind of all right.
I have immediately like run away from the group, climbing a tree, just doing stupid shit while the grown-ups talk because I got bored.
Viola, you're gonna take 4 points of damage. You take 11.
It smells bad out here.
And as you feel your lungs sort of begin to freeze up, it gets a little quieter up here. And I think you begin to hear the yelling down below within the warren. And as you look down, you guys see that this dust, it's in the air and hazy here, but it's definitely lying low enough that it's beginning to pour into the warren. And you're beginning to hear more screams and thuds.
Having seen something potentially similar to this,
Yeah.
Do I recall this having an effect on like creatures?
Give me a history check. Or Arcana.
Let's go with, they're both bad. That's a 16 for a 15. Hey.
Okay. Which one are you going for?
I will go with, I think Arcana is more in his wheelhouse.
Yeah. That's good because the DCs were different. You're not remembering something, but you're realizing the connection between them. You can smell that strange sort of ozone in this wind, in this haze, and this dust. And you recognize that it's connected to all of this. But this is nothing like anything you've ever seen before until you smell something that was in the wind on the night that you first saw them, and it was coming off of their clothing. You remember the like squeak that accompanied with, and you've never smelled anything like that.
Can I do a perception check to see if like climbing, if the smoke is going down, would climbing help us?
Yeah, please do. Make it with advantage. What a
Great.
good instinct.
Okay, 24.
Amazing. Even with, as you're kind of like trying to get your own shit together and you begin to feel a little bit of trickle of blood at your nose and at your ear, you have that sense to run and to get to high ground. Absolutely.
Let's get up the tree. Let's go up
Jason,
the tree.
it's not a good time to climb right now.
Look, the smoke is going down.
It's
We should
not
go up.
I see that my.
You just scream.
There's blood coming out of his face.
I'm going to lay on hands, and I'm going to heal you for 11 points of damage, and then I'm going to say, all right, it's time to climb. We're gonna climb.
right.
We're all gonna climb.
Do I know if there's any high ground, like actual high ground nearby? Obviously the tree is an option, but I'm thinking, if I'm thinking something's potentially moving this way, I don't necessarily want to be in the trees as they roll through. Do I know of any like hillocks or like a potentially high ground that we could climb and actually be high in terms of?
Yeah, you hear the like get high and you realize that like running to the northwest will send you back towards your camp. Running dead west will lead you to like where the ground begins to grade and steeply move uphill.
Okay. I will mark the tree with like anything that Oliver or Teedles might recognize, and I'll basically keep doing that in the direction that we're going, so that if they do get here, they'll know which way we went.
Okay.
And then I'll turn around and say, high ground is a good option, but I think we should do high ground rather than just high in the trees. I don't know, but something could be coming, and we don't want to be here when it gets here. So let's head this way, and I'll probably lead off, assuming I have high-ish survival.
I also have some high
You have survival?
I have 6.
Oh, perfect. Okay, yeah. Brighten the sun, swifter than the wind, and I'll give you guidance.
He just yells cult shit at you, and you feel a little bit better about what's happening.
Do I have the highest survival? I just want to make sure.
I have 7. I have +7 to survival.
I have +0, so yeah. You're
Okay.
in charge, big sis.
I'm sensing that Jason, because Jason's
just faster as well.
Well, also
Yeah,
Jason
so
just nailed it. Jason
Yeah.
just so I think as you're about to give that to me, I'm gonna look and say, Jason, can you focus and lead us out of here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I can lead us out of here. And I just like run so fast that you can barely see me in front of you.
Run swifter than the wind! And I'll give you guidance.
Can I make an investigation check?
What are you looking for?
Like what this is?
Sure.
Like clues of what this is?
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Does, oh, that one. I don't know anything. Forget it. Cut it out.
We're not going to. That's so important. The thing that you get from here isn't somehow you like misreading the situation. This is different than anything you've ever experienced. It starts as the tickle and then becomes more of like a burr because you, Lila, you know so much and you care and you're able to like put things together. You've scraped together an understanding of like how this Warren works and maybe what's happened to your family over the years, and yet this is the blank. This is the thing that everyone that knows anything has been keeping from you for your entire life. And you can't figure it out. Like, this is scary, but it doesn't make sense that everyone who has like control over every situation is this scared. It's because they know something that you don't know that they refuse to tell you. And so you run. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
No.
Okay. Is everyone sprinting after Jason?
Before I go, I would like to just, hope against hope, poke my head back into
Don't
the
do that.
ground
Don't do
and
that.
see,
Don't do that. No, don't do
is
that.
there anyone?
No.
Is there anyone that can make it out with us?
You look down into the tunnels and you see a surprising number of bodies. Anyone within maybe 3 generations of you is down. Anyone that's your grandchildren's age or younger is down. And the ones that are left are scrambling, they are frantic, and you make eye contact with Walmer, who is pushing this like massive scraped off bit of bark from the tree above you that's looked out for you for so long and is preparing to push it against like the opening to seal themselves down to try to keep it out. And he reaches and beckons for you. Come on.
Oh, I gotta protect my family.
That's what I'm trying to do. So get down here so we can block off this tunnel. We'll be safe.
There's no hiding from this. There's no hiding from the blue.
What are you saying? The blue? No, that's a tale that we tell to children to get them to sleep at night. You need to come down here now, Ava.
Ava, come on. Everyone's going. You know what's coming.
Ava, get the fuck down here.
Goodbye, Walmer. And I start running after them.
You see maybe 1 or 2 people that like and respect you, like looking their heads in your direction, and Walmer pushes them back and seals the warren. And they're gonna wait it out. Anyone else doing anything else?
I'm just, if I can be last in the group, because I want to make sure that if anyone falls behind, I'll try and help. And then I'm just be trying to mark every like tree that I'm close to with that like same symbol. So if they come through this way, they'll know which direction we've headed. That's the...
Nice.
I'd like to give a help action to my son. Because we get the guidance here. I'd like to give a help action, which is anytime, I think anytime as Jason's leading us to higher ground, something more interesting pops up. I think I'm just going to chime in with a, like, how high do you think it'll go, Jason? How high will the high ground get?
Oh, I think it'll get really high. Look at how high I'm getting right now. Look how high that bit is.
Incredible. Give me a survival
spoil
check
live.
with advantage. That's brilliant.
Oh, thank God for that advantage. Survival plus 7, so 25, 28.
Wow. We are surviving.
Jason, you are leading this group, and you realize as you pass, as you're noticing all of these things, that you're further than you've ever been in the woods. And you're running. And then eventually, as the air begins to thin out and clear a little bit, see other animals also fleeing out from where all of this dust is beginning to settle. And even though your lungs are burning, you feel them start to loosen up a little bit as the air gets clearer. And you lead them up to high ground, to the top of this beautiful hill. You all arrive exhausted, but the air is clear and you can see the sun again. And you see animals continuing to sprint in wild directions. And all of you can look back, and through the haze and mire, you see this little vale that was your home. Just through the very thick of where all of this is pooling, all this dust is settling, more like soup than like dust. A little bit of red of the tree that's looked over your home for longer than any of you can remember, since before your kind had memory. And you see nothing of your home. And those of you that know where to look and how to look see creatures that did not make it high enough, fast enough, slowing down, getting lost to the dust, to the fog, to the blue, to the whatever that is. But you are here, and you're safe, and you're together. Thorn, go ahead and give me an investigation check as you look out in the direction of the Lacuna.
3.
Bro, we are trying to tell a story here.
You're
and
making
you
me
are-
look bad in front of my family.
Hey, listen, we're gonna have a chat, okay?
I put a lot of faith in you, brother. Come on.
I'm sorry.
You see the edge of the woods where the Lacuna have been encamped for weeks and weeks, longer than you've ever been stopped before, is also swallowed and lost to that. And you strain your eyes trying to look for your friends, your people. You can't make anything out. And then you hear, boss, boss. And behind you, you see Oliver, you see Teetles, and you see scampering back and away from them a contingent, no more than 8 or 9, of faces that you recognize. Several of them are not stoats, and you see something. No, I'm gonna make you roll for it. Make it
You
animal.
sure? It's going really well for me today. So
It's going so good.
it'd be so fine if I don't have
You
to
can cast guidance on yourself, because I
Okay,
think
yeah,
you
I'm
need the
gonna
help.
use-
I'll bless you. Honey.
You're making me look bad.
I need you to make an animal handling check to
Okay.
see what's going on.
If it would help, because I feel like I need it right now.
Yeah, sure.
Can I cast Speak with Animals on myself? Like, can I basically try and further my understanding?
Sure,
With,
I'll allow that.
like-
You can make your check with advantage then in this moment. Did you roll 2 digits?
Yeah, I did. I
Oh, good
managed
job,
it.
buddy.
Okay, so 17. Wait, what was this? This was animal handling?
Animal handling.
Oh, 21.
Woo! The 21, there's something very strange and sort of profound happening here and now. Because you realize you wanted to reach out and call out to creatures, followers that listen to you. And you're suddenly aware, like a vertigo pan, of the divide between your beacons and the stoats that are here in your family. and the animals that are animals in this moment, who don't have a sense of like follow the leader, but simply flee and survive. You see the badger sprinting away, eyes wild. You see the pine martens and some of the birds that were with you scattering and scampering away, and sort of putting it together with the look on Oliver and Teetle's faces. They seem exhausted and sort of resigned to no longer keeping this group together. That in the face of a mortal threat, an animal will do what an animal needs to do. And some of those other stoats don't seem to be hanging back to take their orders from you. They move higher and farther away. But Oliver and Teetle's are different. They were your beacons for a reason, and they stand here breathless, confused, but ready to serve. Are you okay?
Yes. Many of us that could made it out of the war. You did well.
We were able to tell most people, they just kind of, no one really knew what to do, so everyone broke in different directions.
It's unlike anything we've seen before, and if it wasn't for the family, I'd probably be lost myself, so.
Jason, you did very, very well.
You were impressive, Jason.
And I pull out a little a hard dried strawberry and I hand it over to him.
Oh my God, you have a worth.
I look at Viola and I go,
Incredible. Inspiration.
"Ever get candy?
Never,
We never
ever,
got
never
candy."
gave us anything.
You could learn a little something from
She
your
would
brother.
brush us. She would brush backwards. You know, the hair grows one way, and she'd just go against the grain.
And she'd say, "That's how you have to get under the fur to really get it clean."
It's terrible.
I'm
So happy.
Those fathers. those, they should have known to follow the beacons. They should have known that when we are not around, when Thorn is not around.
it's fine.
Thank you. When we are not around, they ought to take your lead. That is very disappointing.
It's okay. Most of the people who followed you came from other encampments. We follow you both because we believe in you, but they have families too. And I think if they ran, it was because they hoped to save them. And I can't begrudge them for that.
Everyone was doing what they had to do to survive, and that is understandable, but I owe you all an apology. I had this feeling, this sense. I knew something was coming, and I should have pressed the issue last night, and I hesitated. And that is exactly what I want everyone not to do. It won't happen again, and I apologize. You did well.
So you know what this is?
No, I don't know what this is, but I had a feeling something was coming, and then by the time I awoke this morning, it was too late.
So where now?
That's a very good question. Sorry, I've off-put Jason's. Are you? It's so loud the way you.
The seeds are really crunchy.
Yeah, it's really. Sorry, I was just in a moment, really thinking hard, and I could sort of, it was just like it was so close to my face.
Oh my God.
Thank you very much for the strawberry.
Well,
Yes.
he did good.
I'm gonna turn over to Jason and say, "I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Mom.
I've only ever seen one stoat run that fast."
Who? Oh!
And in this beautiful moment, you begin to climb up the nearest tree. And you can take your time and be careful. And you look out and see that the clearest air, the clearest path is in the direction that you've been running. And that all of the land back and away has been overtaken by this dust. Give me one more perception check.
20. Dirty 20.
Nice. Everything makes sense if you can just get a little perspective and you see that all of this dust, this like choking wind, was originating from a path that you've never noticed before because you were always too close to it. Inside it, something that looks like a river, but gray. that winds through the trees and down far away, past where you can see, because of the horizon, because of the dirt, because of that atmosphere, that something or a group of somethings approaching with the wind at its back has been blowing all of that acrid air towards you. Something is on its way. And whatever heralded it took away your home in a matter of hours. And that's where we're going to end our first episode.
Oh my God.
Catch us next week for episode 2.
We can't go back home. Everyone is gone.
Where are we gonna live?
Mama, I'm scared.
Well, that's perfectly normal.
Great advice. Good talking to you, Mama.
What do I do?
Stay here! Stay here! Stay here!
No!
Stay here! Dive.
Young lady, you put that tongue back in your mouth.
And folds it back into its mouth.
Do you speak stoat? Be better.
Yeah, I was really hoping that we would tell you this when you were much older. I would hope that you live in a world where none of these horrors you'd ever have to see, but yes, I'm not gonna bullshit you. It's gonna be bad.
Go, just run, no, run, fight, run.
What's the blue?
I'm gonna tell you about the blue. Thank you, sweetie. Yeah.
Your eye is cloudy and nasty.
I've never seen one stoat do that.
All right, you're a kid through their first blood. All right, good job, everyone. Candies for all.
I was entirely correct to be terrified of your family. Yeah. Wow.
There you go. Bring out the map.
Oh, no!
So this is why you emailed us a trigger warning.
A little bit, yeah.